Hey everybody, it's John and Pat back for more OPUM. We're gonna talk more One Piece, but this time it's not an actual chapter. No, 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 you silly
Nuh-uh.
fool.
Fucking idiot. I'm sorry. I
Idiot.
didn't want to swear that early. Remind me to bleep that.
Alright, yeah, we'll go back. We'll fix that in post. Don't worry about it. We didn't
We'll
mean it.
fix that in post. We have that
Yeah.
ability.
So if you, if you, unless you live under a rock, you probably didn't know that Jump Festa was happening this weekend. I'm sorry, I'm coming out swinging. A lot of swearing happening. So as it every year at Jump Festa, Oda likes to give out a message for his little listeners, followers, readers of One Piece. This one kind of goes through a lot of different things that's happening for One Piece, or that's happened this last year, will happen this next year. We're really going to focus on the last paragraph, but I'm going to quickly read through all of it, if that's okay with you, John.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so here we go. He starts off the message with the big ol' super Yao-san. That's the voice actor for Frankie. I'll never forget that time you took me to that queer bar and the memories we made. Thank you for being Frankie for so long, and no matter where you go, we'll always be Nakama.
Aw,
And Subaru-san, that's the new voice actor. I look forward to working with you from now on. I'm pleased to meet you.
that's so nice.
It is very delightful. I do like that. Yeah, because obviously, yeah, Frankie. I think Frankie was created specifically for that voice actor. I think, if memory serves correctly.
It's definitely one of those things where they were made in tandem.
Mm-hmm. All right. So the next paragraph goes like this: To everyone who came to Jump Festa, hello. It's me, the fit, primitive, and glamorous Eiichiro Oda. Love it. So, this year marked the 25th anniversary of the anime, so we kicked it off with the whirlwind of events, the opening of the Harajuku Mugiwara store, and releasing the One Piece Base app, to the point that 2024 ended before I even realized. I'm deeply grateful to all the staff that contribute to One Piece. Fan letter was amazing too.
Yeah.
Right, John?
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good.
And particularly, I enjoyed my visit to South Africa, where the live action is being shot. As I wrote in
Ooh.
my message on the experience, I was humbled by the love the whole staff and cast have for One Piece. And he talks a little bit more about the live action in this next paragraph. A lot of people told me One Piece is already popular worldwide, so I even bothered putting so much effort into a live action. Yes, it may be popular in the animation industry worldwide, but if someone told you new unexplored horizons await out there, wouldn't that make you want to go after them too? So whether it's the manga, anime, film, or live action, I will give my best. Basically, we will be preparing various new announcements next year for One Piece as well. Please look forward to the return of the anime too. And I want to stop real quick. I think the live action actually finished filming recently, so I think we're going to get that
Ooh.
later in the year of
Dude,
2025.
are you ready for episode by episode reviews?
As for a Netflix release, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Uh, and they also released a key visual for the anime coming back like this weekend. That looks pretty dope. I'm excited for see the rest of Egghead adapted. All right, and this is what we're going to focus on mainly. This is the last paragraph here. As for the manga, at last we have reached Elbaf. Everything seems to be laid back and all in this country. Wait, laid back and all. I don't know what. This is a translation. I don't know what that means. But the arrival of a certain man will break that calm. Meanwhile, we'll also see abnormal phenomena happening in the other oceans. That man will finally begin to stir up the world. Enjoy the breather while you still can, for you may not get a chance to catch your breath again.
God damn it.
And he just signs off. Please look forward to this next super year for One Piece, Eiichiro Oda.
Okay, so the arrival of a certain man has got to be Shanks's clone, twin
Hmm.
brother, evil. Like that.
Yes.
That is definitely. When was this posted?
This came out like this morning or last night.
Yeah, no,
Like
I
within the
mean
last
like
12 hours.
I think the implication as arrival of a certain man usually means Luffy's gonna show up and just start punching the local government.
Hmm.
But I think with today's context, the arrival of a certain man is Shanks's unnamed brother, Shiv.
Shiv. Or he's the other Shank.
It's just a singular Shank. That's why it's Shanks.
Exactly.
We did it. We figured it
We
out.
cracked the code. So yeah, I mean, he uses vague language here as he does with all these
He
messages.
always
Like
does.
that man will finally begin to stir up the world. Like who is that man? That could be a number of people, but he does this every year. He's like, oh, that person will fight that person. You know, so
Yeah, that man will stir up the world has got to be Blackbeard. Gunning for
mm,
King has Garp hostage. I mean, like, prove me wrong. It could literally be anybody. You know, it could
it really
always
could.
be Luffy. But I've got money on Blackbeard.
Yeah, I think this year we have a better idea going into what next. Trying to imagine what next year's going to look like. And I know we probably said that last year, looking at stuff like this, where it's like, oh, well, it's probably this, but then so
Yeah.
much shit happened. So I truly don't know. But let's see. Where characters are, where the pieces are on the board right now, I'd say, yeah, I think most likely it's Blackbeard. He's got a lot of things going for him right now at the moment.
I mean, nobody
Maybe
else is trying to shake up the world. Sure, Luffy has the power to shake up the world, but he has no desire to. But
no,
we know we're
yeah,
entering Endgame, and Blackbeard is a planner, and it's time for the plan to happen.
yeah. And I'm trying to run through the main forces that are gunning for the One Piece at this point. And it's, Luffy and Blackbeard for sure. I want to say
Shanks and Buggy,
Buggy,
yeah.
Shanks, yeah.
I don't see
So,
anybody but Blackbeard shaking things up.
yeah. No, I think that's probably the best guess for this. And it makes sense. Like I said, he's been brewing stuff. A lot of things are going his direction. He just, he came out of Egghead a winner,
Oh
you
my
know.
god. Oh yeah, so what's the implication now that he can be Saturn, but Saturn's dead?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. There's so much to, oh my god.
Yeah.
Because does she copy their abilities too when she gets it? Do you know? I don't know.
Can she copy someone who's no longer alive? Like, can she even? I can't feel
I
like we added that for no reason.
No, it's definitely going to come into play later. To what extent, I have no
Yeah,
idea.
let's just assume Blackbeard's crew is really badass and it's a mythical fruit. So
Hmm.
let's say she can copy abilities.
Yeah, and if that's the case, yeah, that's kind of busted. But at the very least, even if that thread doesn't pay off, they did learn about Shirahoshi being a an ancient weapon, so there's
They
that
also learned
too.
about Pluton.
And
Um,
Pluton, that's a good
no,
point.
that'll pay off. There's no way we had them touch a Gorosei and we get nothing for that.
No, I agree. I agree for sure. But even that aside, it's like he's still got all these, all this other stuff that he can use for his advantage.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay,
let's see.
the last line there. Enjoy the breather while you can, for you may not get another chance to catch your breath. We're already, like, not going slow.
I know.
We've already got Rocket Man on the tracks and the brakes just don't work. It's like, well,
Yeah.
enjoy the ride because we're going to crash into those gates eventually.
Here comes Aqua Laguna. Like, have fun with
Yeah, no,
that.
like,
Bye.
this is exactly, that's what's happening. It's like, it's out of my control. Enjoy the, what few minutes you got.
Yeah.
Oh,
Um,
man.
let's see. So yeah, the certain man arriving. That's yeah, Shank.
That's gotta be
Um,
Shank.
so then the abnormal phenomena happening in the other oceans. What's up with that? It's abnormal. Is this referring to the sea levels rising, or is this something
Well,
else?
sea levels rising, that's gonna lead to, like, international turmoil. Maybe we're finally gonna get all the bridges to connect to Tequila Wolf, Whiskey Wolf, and all that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, God, we are currently primed for another Impel Down breakout.
True.
So actually, I thought of this really interesting theory that it's not going to actually take place at Impel Down since they don't keep fishmen there for some reason, except Jinbei, who was only on timeout.
Yeah,
So what if, Impel Down's actually going to take place at Marijua and we get Arlong leading the charge to break everybody out?
that could be interesting.
Yeah.
Kind of like that idea.
There was a lot of other supporting evidence, but that was the real part that intrigued me. Is like, yeah, where is Arlong? I can't imagine we just let the escaped slave go.
Right.
The Celestial Dragons wanted their slaves back, and now we have a whole reason for him to be the new Fisher Tiger.
Hmm. And I think that would line up pretty well. I think for who Arlong is, more aggressive fisher tiger, maybe.
Yeah. So I could
Um,
see that happening. I could see, sea levels rising. Um, God, I don't even know what else. Like,
Now,
I
I
don't even know.
wonder, I wonder.
Oh, actually, sorry. Another piece of evidence for that, just again, the fact that we don't keep Fishman and Impel down for some reason, and we don't have a confirmed death for Tom. Has he been
Mm,
held as slave at Marijois? Do we get to
that's
bust
interesting.
out Tom?
That'd be kind of fun.
Right?
I,
Okay.
I, I think I like that. All right. So I want to now for the word choice of abnormal phenomena is an interesting one
It is an interesting one.
because yeah, my head immediately goes to something that happens in nature that doesn't normally happen, like water levels rising or something like that. But it could also mean like, well, this dude's doing this thing over there, So
Yeah.
I don't really know what to make of that. Now it makes me wonder. Because with Egghead, we didn't expect to be cutting around the world for as long as we did and
I
seeing the
think
things that we did.
I think we can fully expect to take another 2, 3 months off of the Straw Hats and go do other stuff.
Hmm. Yeah, and in that it's tricky
Which
because the way he wears this makes me think that we won't be in. We might see the end of Elbaf here, if not this next year, the early 2026. We're done with
no,
Elbaf.
I don't buy that for a second.
I don't know.
We got to Elbaf at the end of 2024. It's taking all of 2025 guaranteed. Freaking Egghead took like 2.5 years. There is no feasible way you could tell me Elbaf is shorter than Egghead. Egghead was already like as long as it was a very short, fast-paced arc. Like
Right.
90% of that was escape. No,
Yeah.
we are on Elbaf through 2026 in my eyes.
Yeah, and I kind of think so too.
Maybe you could convince me end of 2026 if it's short, but I don't see us getting out until 2027 realistically.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I guess we're still setting stuff up, so it really is hard to speak to the length of that. But I guess, if I were to call how long ACAD was going to be when we started there, I would have been wrong for sure.
I
So,
mean, we've already been on LBAF for what, 3 months now, and like you said, we're
yeah,
we're still setting things up. We haven't done anything. We're just introducing characters and locations. We have no idea what the plot is.
yeah,
And now Evil Shanks is here. All we know is Evil Shanks is here, and the banquet's not happening.
yeah. Because part of me wonder, I have a whole lot of question marks about what LBF's going to be yet. And yeah, to your point, yeah, we've had 3 months and we're still, setting things up, but we've also had like maybe 5 chapters come out over 3 months.
Yeah, no, but again, especially
So,
once you factor in break weeks, there's no way we're getting out before 27.
yeah, uh,
But
I don't know.
he also warned us like it's about to pick up pace where we're not even going to be able to catch our breath. And I thought
Hmm.
that was Egghead. And if it's only going to get faster from here, I don't even know. I don't even know.
Yeah, and if we're gonna do more cutaways and stuff, then yeah, we're not getting out in
Mm-mm.
2025 for sure. But yeah,
But yeah, classic Oda leaving us just a fantastic note, enough to keep us interested for another however long he decides to keep doing this.
hmm,
I was really hoping there'd be something we'd be able to dissect here, but abnormal phenomena. I,
that man.
what does it even mean?
I don't know.
The
I don't
only thing
know.
I can reasonably say about that and feel certain on is it's not going to involve Buggy. Because he already just does abnormal things in normal situations. I can't imagine he's now at the center of abnormal things happening.
Yeah, but when do we see Cross Guild make a move? I feel like we keep building them up, but we haven't seen them do much yet.
Which is fair. I mean, they've only been around for like 2 arcs.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying it's not,
Yeah,
a bad thing, but I'm just curious when.
I think like now that we know Elbaf isn't going to be as easy and friendly an arc as people had assumed at some points, I
Hmm.
think they show up. Do they show up at Laugh Tale or do they show up after Elbaf?
Well, I don't know. I
Like,
genuinely don't know.
do
I don't
they
know what
show
role they're
up
going to
for a
still get.
big final fight at the end there where we get Luffy v Crocodile, Zoro v Mihawk, and Buggy V himself?
As usual.
Or, you know, do we get a whole other arc where we get to be introduced to them beforehand?
Yeah, and part of me wonders with Ostrich and his crew being formerly a part of Buggy's delivery crew, if we get
Ooh.
them brought into Elbaf.
Yeah, that's another piece of evidence there. No offense to you, I'm still not sold on that just because
Hmm.
one piece of evidence does not a theory make. But
No, yeah.
yeah, you are right. That could be something.
I'm just saying there's smokes there, and where there's smoke, sometimes there's a fire.
Speaking
I'm
of
not sold on it
smokes,
either.
where's Smoker? When's the last time he existed? Was that
We saw
way back on?
Tashigi.
I don't care about Tashigi. Where's Smoker?
Well, I'm saying they were at the, what was it, G5, that naval base with all the kids. And
Well,
Tashigi was there, but Smoker wasn't.
I was gonna say Tashigi's there, Smoker's not. Is the last time we saw him really Punk Hazard?
I think
My
so.
God, that's been what, like over a decade,
It's been
almost
like 10
almost
years.
15 years.
Let me see.
Dressrosa was 2014,
Yes.
so Punk Hazard had to be like 2012, 2013.
Yeah.
So it's been over
No,
10 years.
that makes me feel so old.
I know.
Like I fucking read the end of Punk Hazard as it was ending in the manga. Ugh. Yeah, that makes me feel old.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
10 years later, you're still reading the same comic book.
Hmm. Okay, so he does show up at the end of Dressrosa, but like it's just a brief cutaway of him reading like a newspaper or whatever.
Hmm.
I'm looking at the wiki, see if I can't see where he's at in that respect.
Well, wherever he is, I think that about wraps up our thoughts on the actual matter at hand here. So thank you, boys, for tuning in. If you want to see more One Piece related content in the future, be sure to subscribe to the channel. We also do a lot of movie, game, and TV show reviews, as well as just a lot of gameplay and good hanging out times. If any of that sounds interesting, like I said,
Good.
subscribe to the channel, turn on them notifications, and we will see you next time. Hey everybody, it's John from Obscure Reference. Austin wants us to start including these end cards at the end of our videos, and that in these end cards I'm supposed to tell you to click here to subscribe, and click over here for another one of our delightful videos. Some things he didn't tell me to do include this, and this.